talking about.
Anyway, do you think you reached your target audience?
I personally feel that we reached our target audience, and from what I've heard from our target audience, we reached them and it was a success.
What did you include when planning your production that you thought would appeal to your audience?
One of the key things that we wanted to do was get everything authentic. We wanted to have all the actors being exactly who they were. For one of our main characters in the opening scene, they're supposed to be a British Caucasian female, and we made sure we got one, which was Ellie King. All of our Muslim characters, from Hisham Khan to Noor Khan, were played by Ihsan Adia and Zara Gilani, and both of them were Muslim characters. We wanted everything to feel real, so the authenticity we set out to do, where we filmed in real locations and all that, it all worked well, and our target audience came back and said that as well, so that worked really well. And I can quote from Melissa Sacco, said the mise-en-scène, the locations, the actors were all very good, and so was the diegetic sound, such as the accents, because it was authentic. So I'd like to say that was something we worked well on. Other elements that worked well were from James and Abdul, were the music, which was something that Abdul had said to us before. He thought that we should have a music that actually represented British Muslims, and that's what we went out and we did. We got an actual British teenager, he's a musician called Flyzal or Fly something, and Fly, the music artist, he was the one who then came to us and gave us his music so we could use, and that was a success, so thanks for that, James. Jenna and Noor said good aspects of it, but the fact it was a female Asian British Muslim boxer, which was something that a lot of our target audience said, so we made sure we put it in there, so those overall were a lot of success. So it's all the authenticity really which was success. Here's a question for you, Trey. Overall, what else has been successful in your production according to audience feedback? Technical, organisational, audience?
Well, Anya and Preet think that our camera angles were good, like when we had Noel skipping, getting ready before the fight. The sound, music fit well with the genre. The varied angles in the opening sequence, which was a key aim for us, because we didn't have a lot of days to film, so we made sure we got lots and lots of angles so that we could use it, even if we didn't know we wanted to use it before. Lisa said that the use of different camera shots again, and the editing was well.
So a lot of our camera shots.
Yeah, the quick job. Everyone really liked the editing and how it was put together, which is a nice compliment. The narrative, people seem to get the narrative, as James and Abdul have said that boxing, 2 girls, 1 Asian, 1 white, were preparing their first fight, linear and flashbacks. So it was clear that the narrative got through to the audience, so it wasn't too confusing for them or anything like that.
That was another one. What was less successful from audience feedback?
Well, the main thing from what I've read, when I've read this, it says that the sound wasn't that clear. Because because when there was by the boxing ring and they were speaking, you couldn't really hear it because it wasn't that clear.
That was something that almost everybody said that, didn't they?
Yeah. Partially, yeah, we could have doubled up on the sound, but also that was partially because we didn't have like a separate mic to go with the camera.
Because we wanted to get the diegetic sound, and unfortunately that got in the way.
Yeah, and also you probably didn't notice, but in the beginning of the opening sequence, we have a Wild Track soundtrack that's on a loop, and a couple people picked up that it's continually going back and back and back. But unless you're really, 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 really smart and really want to listen, then you won't really notice. But it's alright.
Done well. Moments that stood out for people. A lot of people said that the opening stood out for them for the quote from Muhammad Ali, because they said that quote helped them put their minds.
It really conveyed like the theme and the whole point of the movie and before it even started.
Jenna and Noor said that about the quote. In addition, Jenna and Noor and James and Abdul, Sam and Hannah, this was another thing that stood out. They said that the getting into the ring and where the music took over and it went into that sort of surreal feeling that British socialist was, they said that was really successful as well. What do you think? How could the work be improved? Both from audience feedback and from your own.
Well, personally, I think if we had a bit more money investment, then definitely would have been a lot better, because we had to use what was available to us. Like we didn't even get to use a HD camera, but I'm not saying anything about that. But I think, like production-wise, we just had more time because everything was really condensed and squashed. Filming was like days back to back, and just like time, and then we could have been more picky with what we wanted to do. If we had more time, we could have been more relaxed, and everyone could have discussed, and then we could have come with more ideas, and then just made it a little bit crisper, a little bit sharper. But I really think it was quite a good production based on the time and the technology we had available to us.
From my perspective, what I'd say could have been improved was mainly. I think if I really wanted to go out and improve this, I'd have instead of asking us what we kept doing was going up to people and saying we'd show them footage and we'd be like, what do you think should be improved? And they'd be like, we want it shorter.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, I'd have said, okay, you want it shorter. I would have gone and edited it shorter and shown them several variations of what they could have chosen, because one minute we had people saying, it feels too repetitive, let's get it shorter, and then once I shortened it down, everyone was like, now it's too short. Make it. You could never get the perfect balance, because when it says what were good aspects, some people liked the repetitiveness, other people didn't. So I think I would have done several variations to show our target audience. Something else I would have done was the sound. I think we'd have used those two different mics to improve on from the target audience.
Separate the sound from the film and that.
Feedback. The sound would have been a big one, and I'd say the typography at the beginning. Although people enjoyed it, they said that sometimes it took a few viewings to actually read what it said. So I would have probably left the typography there for a little bit longer. But other than that, it would mainly have been the editing, getting it so everyone could pick exactly which one they wanted instead of just saying shorter or longer. And the sound. So